derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. You like that delivery I did there? I tried real hard. I hope you enjoyed that. And everything is just kind of loading up, so we're gonna go grab some links. Man, I had a real sneeze attack there. All right. Share link. Copy. Close that. Okay. So, charts. E-mini had a pretty good run up over the night, and the bonds slowly but surely coming down. It looks like, let's see here, 48, 52, 53, 10 minutes. So the downturns are happening. These upturns seem to be taking a long time. All right, well, we just have to watch that. What about the, okay. So there's still some correlation with the currencies, but the currencies aren't all in agreement. In fact, a lot of them are popping up a little bit. So oil is still on a tear. I have to say, after seeing oil all this week, let's duplicate this in a new tab and do it on a 30-minute time frame and increase the number of days to 30. It just looks like oil is on a real tear and breaking new highs, and that would be, there you go. You can really see it now. So I'm starting to get a little concerned about the price of oil. Anyways, I don't know why I'm sneezing and everything, but all right, so on the open, they bought a little bit. 0.075 is like a whole point below where we were yesterday, isn't it? 17 halves is 10 points lower. Well, we'll see. Let's fix that. All right. Well, oh yes, I wanted to look at this this thing, and I've never got a chance to look at it. But let's see here. What formula would you use to calculate a wick or a tail on a bar that was greater than 1 tick? Or a down close bar? I think you have to calculate both. Let's type here. Anyways, well, they came up here to this previous high, previous swing high, not getting past 07.5. We should continue looking through here. We do have some important numbers, most significantly personal spending and personal income in 30 minutes, so I don't want to trade it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open up all this other stuff. Man. Yellen says no U.S. recession, says Fed won't cut rates in 2019. Okay. That's what she thinks. Yeah, to another tick back. By the way, we have the right thing shown now, right? Yes, we do. Okay. J Constant, should I sell my Bitcoin here or will it go higher? It's a good question. So, in my opinion, let me back up. I am not providing financial advice. I am not a certified financial advisor or a certified futures advisor, whatever. And good morning, Bill. But this is what I would do if I was long. I think that 4,100 is a good place to sell. There is still a possibility that they get to 4,300. If they ever get to 4,300, I would be like going outright short. In this location, you know, if you can get a small little bump, you know, 1% or 10% or whatever it is, you know, then I think that you just take what you get and run. Because the valuation is still extremely high. So this appears to me that you have a whale is trying to push price up all by himself and is not being very successful. And so the chances are that over the weekend, maybe going into the weekend, like later today, or maybe starting tomorrow, you probably see, just like most of the rest of these, if we scroll out and come back here, you know, most of these buys end up, you know, above that tried to make above 44,000. I think I need to go even further back. You know, a lot of these come back. Buy, came back. This buy came back. That one actually came back pretty hard. So yeah, that's how I would be playing it. I mean, if you're super short term, I still believe that Bitcoin is going to drop down to 1,500. I don't think that 3,000 is going to hold, but it could hold for a very long time. So, all right, we're getting 1 minute warning. By the way, are we getting lots of, so I only see 3 people in YouTube. Yeah, I guess my numbers are just wrong. It's like there's some more people on Twitch. There are more people on Twitch these days than there used to be, so that's nice. Thank you, guys. All right, anyways, the numbers that we're looking at here for Friday, The core PCE in price index, we're looking for spot 2. It was previously spot 2. Personal spending month over month, we're looking for a reading of spot 3 versus a previous reading of negative spot 5. And personal income month over month, we are also looking for spot 3. Yep. High smoking pips. Yeah, you definitely use all caps there. You could see the lowercase s. Okay. Where is it? Okay, PCE price index was spot 1 versus spot 2. That should move us up a little bit. Personal spending was actually spot 1% versus an estimated spot 3, and personal income was spot 2 versus spot 3. So definitely some news to push us up a little bit. I'm going to get above the VWAP there, aren't we? Okay. So I'm not seeing the liquidity completely come back through that whole area that we just traced through. But also the open was at 06. I'm just going to put this here. The open was at 06. The VWAP is at 09. It can be a little dicey between the open and the VWAP. So okay, of course, iceberg at the VWAP, as is tradition. Okay, the equity indexes did come down a tiny little bit and came into somewhat of an iceberg, but they did not just completely run, which is very interesting. Also, Canadian January GDP was spot 3 versus 0 expected, which is very odd. Do we have any other news today that we need to be aware of, or is that it? Okay, we have Chicago PMI at 745. That is a significant number, and then there's numbers at 8. Okay, well, now that we're at 10, what can we be looking at? Maybe 10 is exactly where we have to stop. Okay. So while I would prefer longs at this moment, the risk reward here at 10 doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because that is a significant pivot level. Let's zoom this out a little bit so that we can get the 10. U.S. consumer spending in January was short of projections while inflation eased, an early read on the economy in the first quarter that may add to concerns about the outlook, says Bloomberg Business. PCE deflator is the lowest since March of 2017. Ten is definitely a quote-unquote rotation point. There is an iceberg there. That might be a level break here, but not one that I can take. Wow, that came back fast. Take my eye off of it for 10 seconds. Okay, so what does that mean? Focus. Focus. Nope. It's pulling too easily, and they're not stacking it around 9.5. Okay. I guess I wouldn't have gotten filled there, so I might have missed the opportunity on this one. Mini actually recovered there quite nicely as we did so too. Yeah. E-mini moved up and we fell. Eek. Okay, now they're holding some liquidity below me, huh? It's interesting they didn't really hit into that 08. And ZB's still light up to 29.25 too. Oof. That ZB, that ZF chart is awfully dicey. Nope. That is not what we want to have happen. Now, maybe a little bit going in there, but I don't think it's worth it here. Fed's Kashkari looking at wage growth, GDP growth, consumer spending as key data points. Current posture of pausing on rates makes a lot of sense. Surprised that the yield curve has started to invert. Well, you shouldn't be, Fed. Because there's a negative carry, which makes Treasuries more likely to invert. I think that's what's going on. I think that the negative carry is making it so that people don't want to hold them. And that's causing the yield curve to invert. Sounds like the rain outside is causing a little bit of chaos. It does look like if I had taken a trade there that I would have been doing okay on it, but I'm still not a huge fan of the action in this area yet. But 0.7 it does appear to be the balanced price, so maybe now I could take that one. By the way, good morning, Izzy. Brexit. Former UK Brexit Minister Rob says, I will vote for the deal. Well, the liquidity actually still seems to favor the long side for some reason. Like the absorption does. Not seeing the same thing in the other instruments, by the way. It's interesting how you get in these brackets around the ZB. That's not behavior that we've seen before. And it's not because we get more levels from Rhythmic. It's something that maybe we wouldn't have been able to see before, but since we've been doing that for like, a month or two now? That's a lot. And then in ZN, it's all just below us. And ZF doesn't really seem to be saying anything except for that there's a big order way up here at the evens. So I believe that one is the stacking and pulling, right? No, that's the volume. That's depth. We want to do it the other way. Depth, flip, volume. Let me paste that again. looks like my thought of going short there in the '08 area was mostly correct, even though I was only looking for like a tick or two. Yeah, so now they're at a spot where it's holding. So just the fact that these prices aren't pulling in everything, we could get a temporary swing here. Donald Trump on this Vietnam War Veterans Day. We celebrate our brave Vietnam veterans and all of Americans' veterans. Thank you for your service to our great nation. Kashkari, we watch the stock market, but it's not a primary driver of policy. If the snow wasn't a big enough commuter problem, ponding of water along some of the major routes will also slow traffic this morning. Areas with poor drainage will be prone to this. Is it really that bad out there? I haven't even looked. So that oh 5 half, that's kind of the one that I'm looking at here that I'm like, that might hold. I have to say, if you were trying to get long, it's really uncertain. Okay. So you could get long at oh 06 half. Could you get long at oh 06? Five-year going back and forth there a lot. 27 half. They keep selling it and it goes down and then they offer it back. They bid it back up. Okay, now it's 52. A little bit of it pulls there though when you get the sells in the 5-year. Now it's 52.05. I don't necessarily want to be long just yet, but I want the spot in the queue. Okay. Well, now that's 57. So now it appears that there are maybe some robots here stuck. I don't know if I could get filled on the limit though. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now it's 53. Nope. Ample opportunity. Hmm. I'm not seeing conviction either way. Like, nobody's hitting '05 half. When they buy '06, it doesn't really do so strongly. Okay, so there was a sell. Hmm. Well, the way that it was just kind of slow and steady and then it goes makes me think that this is the sellers like we had yesterday. See, they should be able to sell '05 easily and they're not. Oh, it is heavy. Hmm. So I clicked there because I wanted to have another stop, but it turned it into a market order instead. I've never actually done that before. But now I know, because I always kind of wondered. It's kind of funny how the ones that I'm missing, they're going, and the ones that I'm catching don't do what I want. Although the one that I missed was a sell. I guess if I do that. I think that when it went through my, the price that we were looking at was holding with like the 5,200 on it, probably was then when I should have sold. Like if I'm not expecting that to hold, then why wouldn't I wait for that to go through and be buying right now? Okay. So I think one of the problems that I've been having is that I'll do this and then I want to take the +1, But if I'm taking the stop on two and I'm only taking the long on one of them, then that's not going to work out in the long run, right? So if this doesn't come back down and fill me here at 0.5, it's not necessarily a very good trade, is it? So I'm just realizing that as it's happened, and now I'm thinking, okay, so maybe I should get back in. My jaw's twitching again. I don't feel stressed out. I felt like I got a good night's rest. I don't know what the deal is. It's kind of, it's starting to get really weird to me. Okay, so that almost all pulled. And that something. You're just getting little moments at a time. Like you can just see the individual orders come in. 65, 35, 10. Okay. Right. I wish it showed you how many contracts you were long or short up in here. Okay, that's good. Oh, it's not good that 1,000 have hit into 05. But I did get filled at 06. That's interesting. That was quite a flurry of orders there, in fact. Bunch of buys, tick down, couple of sells, ticking up. This is not, oh, you know what? I have to change that. Okay. Where is it? Center line. Good deal. Where is the, oh no, it's going to be in the trade column, isn't it? Include closed profit and loss. There we go. Okay. Now I'm a little bit more happy. Good deal. So if this sticks up here, it could be really, really good for us. I don't want to get my hopes up too high, though. I think this is still really slow, and we are coming into the equities open. And on the equities open, I think that there's going to be some incentive for them to want to buy. Okay, I was so focused there. I missed that ace trades went short 28.35 in the E-mini. That's an interesting call. Smoking pips was short 06 half. Well, you got a little bit there. Did you take it when it popped up there the first time? Or have you been in it for a really long time? See, it's just this thing right here. It's like, the market makers could totally clear 06 half if they wanted to. But they're not. They're sitting there and waiting and letting all of the little guys buy or sell or whatever they do, and then it kind of moves around. Although there was that weird action in here. That's why it's like, because there was all that movement here, if they decide to clear 06 half, that I think would be pretty significant. Well, that's probably also why it's a little bit less likely at the moment. Now Digital Shot is buying it in the 5-year. That's interesting. I think I should reset this because the way that the 5-year is positioned and everything, it's all screwy. Well, they sold 05 half. I'd say those last 2 ticks were a little bit easier. Alligator. I said this time period before the ES opens can really suck, and Alligator said 100%. I can see Digital Shot getting frustrated, and I'm not harping on you. I feel you, man. This time period sucks and it's frustrating. Being in a position here may eventually go your way, but you're gonna hate yourself before that happens. I don't see Ace having gotten out of his trade yet. So far, though, it's not really going, is it? There was a significant iceberg that they went through in the 5-year. I'm just now noticing. Oh, there's Peter's new Twitch. I will. How do I follow? Where's the button? Follow. Okay. Well, in the 5-year, it looks pretty negative. But it could flip. So it's just still very, very slow. I think that the E-mini looks like it wants to buy on the open now. Okay. significant sell there at 04 half. So we got that bird. Got 5 minutes to the equities open. At the moment, it looks like maybe equities are going to attack some highs here. And these are falling down. So they're all kind of well lined up for it. But then after that, there's the PMI. So I'm kind of like, I'm not sure that I really want to mess with it. Oh, there you go. That's pretty aggressive there. Not quite what I expected, but acceptable. I'm looking for a quick break though. Like this, so now that this is stacking up, these should pull, they should go through here. Look at that. That was weird. I've never seen that before. It was clear to go all the way down to 124 even. And then when they stacked at 04, then this stuff showed up at 03 and 025. So it's like they did a level break and they're like willing to show us their orders? I don't know. That's awfully odd. Okay, well, selling 03 half didn't necessarily cause a lot of chaos. See if the 2-year goes. See, the 2-year looks ready to go. It's only the 10 that's like, okay, so there was a few stops, only 171. Don't short bond. Oh, it is the last trading day of the month, isn't it? Yeah. Well, not exactly seeing what I was expecting to see, but equities are about to open, so and they're buying it going into it opening, which is good. brackets going. Okay, so there's the open. Hmm. Hmm. This isn't behaving the way I expected it. Yeah, this isn't quite right. Thank you for letting me out, Mr. Market Maker, though. I'm not quite following. Okay, so we did come up. I thought about buying it, but you know, no, there's an iceberg, and I'm not very focused. And I felt like after all that action, it wasn't like I didn't want to just like reverse, you know. Where's my position window? So I did 04. A lot there at 05. Oh, that's not good. That's not how I wanted to get filled. And that's not bidding up very strong yet either. It's getting there. Okay. So, question is, did Ace, let's see here, watching reaction 2830, I got in short again at my old entry. Okay. Very nice, my friend. He's quite nimble, quite nimble. Okay. I think they're going to go down here to the 2830 area. Not so sure I could take it. Maybe 2834. But then they'll probably stop it out. You know, maybe it's there. I don't know. Yep. Well, there's 5K. Okay, they bid through it. And it comes back down. Ha ha ha. Okay. So that time of the bid held. 630. Okay, somebody traded 05 half. Okay, so that time they made it to the first one here. I said here or here. They did make this one, they didn't make this one. So if I had taken this one, What would I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I would be looking for down to here, which is unsure yet. So let's just watch and see. Okay. I don't like fading the ice, playing the icebergs like that. Whoa. Okay, so that time they bid it up and a 5 lot hit 06. But it came back down almost immediately. Oh, 05 half is stubborn. Okay. That 05 is not stacking. This number doesn't get released early, right? No. Okay. So I need to. So now it's 2 minutes to this news. I have quite a bit banked in here. So it's probably safe for me to hold it. And the way that they're bidding it up makes me think that people are expecting this PMI number to be bad, and I think there's a good chance of that. What are they looking for? They're looking for 61.1 versus a previous reading of 64.7. Well, that sounds really high given the poor manufacturing news that we've had in the past week or two. Okay. PMI, come on. Is the number late? Did it come out? I'm not seeing anything. Okay. 58.7 versus a previous of 61. So PMI was bad, but it wasn't a disaster. Okay, so since I didn't get a spike out of that, okay. Well, there you go. Maybe it could continue. See, even then, I was wondering if maybe I could get another one, but I would still have taken it off at 0.65 because it's not pulling at 0.7. I mean, if it goes, then totally. But that time it pulled a little bit. But see, the liquidity is not stacking back up completely. So I want to wait and see what the what is it that we're looking at? Inflation expectations and consumer sentiment. Those are pretty key numbers. So. How do you spell sentiment? Sentiment. Why am I not? Oh, mate. Meant. Market is moving. Well, the E-mini is moving. Okay, so if I had taken that short, it would have worked. Peter appears to be changing his mind here. See, that 070 is still holding. Okay, now they take it. And 075 and 08 are kind of flaking out. Well, it's still acting like flaky liquidity. It's still acting like I don't think I want to take a trade up in here. Probably if I had kept on my trade at 04.5, could still be messing with it, but digital shot taking it at 07. I don't like that. And it's just an iffy spot in the profile. Is the pound driving sentiment today? Doesn't seem like it. The currencies are very difficult for me to interpret. Well, I definitely don't want to short this. But this 06 is the key pivot point for me. We've been back and forth across it. We can get up above this. I kind of want to buy. But wait for news. We'll wait for news. Okay, so the E-mini took a turn there. Sentiment caused the 10 handle move in ES last month. Down tick. And down tick again. Only 829 at 06. Gosh. I mean, that was significant enough you really could have just straight up sold it, but no, not this close. Yeah. They might have a good spring in housing. We'll see. If these rates stay nice and people don't go and buy houses and stuff, then that's super bad. Yep.
We're just taking the dog so that Steph doesn't like to travel. Yeah.
Yeah, Peter's like, yeah, they got positioned for it. But then it didn't really go, which was really odd because it came out. The number was bad, but I guess because they were positioned for it, that was just them pricing it in. So we had to take a profit there. Interesting, though, that we could have gotten 7.5. So it could have made a good 62 more. Oh, I didn't see here. Did you take singing lessons? Luke, if he did, he should sue for malpractice. No. Okay, so wow, it really came down there. No, I never took singing lessons. My family sings a lot though. So what was the number here? 98.4 was consumer sentiment, so higher than expected. New home sales 667 versus 625, so a little higher than expected. And inflation expectations, I'm not getting it yet. But we came down. We came down. Okay, but they did not make a new low yet. Keyword yet. And the E-mini did not react super strongly. Yep. Okay, so hard for me to take a trade in here because, yeah, digital shot took +6 and he's gonna leave it at that. That's a good job. Ooh, I'm surprised that he took it going into it. That was a little silly. Missed inflation target for the last God knows how long. Well, okay, so looks like my chart over here and ES is screwed up a little bit. Yeah, fixed it. Are they gonna turn around here? Why is my chart screwed up here? Better. I think that's that's better. ZB had a big sell there though. Into a pretty big iceberg. Yep, they did buy it there. But they're not gonna. Doesn't look like they're gonna touch O5 at the moment. It might take a little bit. See if they go. And even if they touch O5, I'm not sure. I'm like, the E-mini still kind of looks a little sad. It's a little sad. Tick back down. A little buying in the E-mini there. That was interesting. But it's kind of within the profile area, so. You might see a level break here, but it would not be one I could take. So they did tick a little bit down, but it at the moment appears to have been a false breakout because they ticked back up, and I don't know if they're gonna tick that 1 week. So it could still go either way. Probably. Smoking Pip says it's back in at 32. Oh, that must be the E-mini. So there's ES at the high area. So if I wanted to, what do we think here? I think that they're having a hard time getting up here. I think that they might want to sell the E-mini back to like yesterday's point of control, 2819. Yes, I think so. So if they did that, bonds would buy. Here you would have to be taking 2834. Well, if I had put that in there, they did get a fill there at 2834. Maybe 3375. We'll see. Well, they're not getting above 04, not yet. Oh, 37. Where is that getting that from? Some iceberging at 03 half. They had that big sell in ZB and they're like slightly above it. So that might be. You could potentially buy it at 03 half with the iceberg. I don't know if you'd get filled. Okay. Seems like he is saying 03 half, but like that's way down there. Yeah. Somebody hit 1K at 11 and now it's above it. And then the bids and offers kind of flipped. Why is this acting like I still have a position on? That should just be 31. There we go. There we go. Now it's fixed. Smoking Pip says, given this action, we'll keep scalping along 3 ticks. It's really quiet today. I notice I'm not having a lot of... Oh, you know what? That's because YouTube's not updating. Okay, we're okay. I feel like I haven't been terribly interesting today. I took some trades and everything. I got a good one on the buy, but... now I'm just kind of like... It's been a pretty... Given that there was some news, and news that I thought was going to be pretty significant, too. I'm quite surprised at how dead and difficult the market has been. And it really feels to me like yesterday... some really big leveraged players really did get out, and now I don't think that we're going to have as much volatility. I think that trading is going to be a little bit more difficult next week. Well, let's double check. What news do we have next week? So is there maybe some stuff that they're waiting on because of next week? Okay, so we got retail sales, so that's a starter. And then core durable goods, Wednesday ADP and final services, and then Friday non-farms. So next week might be okay. But overall, I don't think that it's going to be as good as it's been in March. So that's the second time now that they have broken out of this zipper to the downside and not go further. And there was a pretty big iceberg on the offer at 03.5 that did not hold. Price action sucks. Yep. Yeah. So let me check here. Rebounds. Theresa May's Friday vote in Parliament is the last opportunity. It's not very great price action, is it? They are trading into 040 now. I wish that my zipper setup was applicable in this location, because this seems like the kind of place where you could take it. The E-mini is selling. They sold through some big orders too. Okay. So ES's action is starting to get a little bit more furious. That's interesting. The way it's behaving. Delta's not very Delta's not being very useful here because it's just random action. There's not actually enough market orders hitting in there to make a significant move either way, and somebody can come in and completely reverse it anytime that they want. So the E-mini started falling down there and it's already turned back up. You never know how a market reacts to that news. Okay. Well, they had to buy all of it, but they did. They bought 1933, and there was a couple of big orders in on it as well. It's interesting that the E-mini has gotten back to this point and they're having trouble getting past the point of control. Oh, okay, there they took it as soon as I said that. There was your spot to maybe take it short. If you wanted to trade that range. Seems like this offer's not I would expect this price 04 to be a price now that we should be able to go back and forth across quite easily. We have gone back and forth across it several times, but you see there's an iceberg there that time. Offer is not just giving it up. Then, not that. Oof. Oof. So how come I'm not... Okay, now I'm seeing it. I'm like, that's not right. So there's the E-mini pushing a little bit higher. Are they going to break out of the top of this? I'm actually surprised. Not that it came down, but that it did so easily when it did. So is that, how is that the low? My chart thing must just be messed up. This guy must be on a different contract because we're... Thinking about it now, I'm not quite sure why I bought 04 half and held it as long as I did. They may get through me here, but I'd say that it sure is still being slow. And ES just still doesn't look particularly positive to me there. Like they came back up there, but they're not continuing on. In fact, they're actually testing the bottom of the range again. So is it that the bond's just using that as an excuse? Probably. Look at that. Okay, that was not what I expected. That was interesting. Okay. Well, okay, uptick. What's going on with my ES Vista chart? I see 6E moving up. I see the British pound breaking down. Was there some news? Fed's Kaplan speaking. Tory texts from the lobby, not enough labor. Oh, okay, as I was doing that, I think it just gave me my exit. It gave a rotation. There could still be more in this, though. I don't know. The bids below us didn't necessarily completely build up. Okay. This spot right here at 03.5 is really weird. Don't know what's the deal with that. How you guys hanging over here on YouTube? You still short? ZF says one single tick. Yes. Okay, so they are bidding this up quite nicely, actually, when they go. And there's the pull. Where's this gonna go? Is this gonna go above our 08? Well, this 06 half is... I think I gotta take it there. course. Of course. I'm hearing that little turtle in my head again. Yeah. Come on, little turtle, you can do it. You can do it. You can get 989 orders to buy 06 half. I know you can. I believe in you. See, like, you know, I'm thinking, what is the market maker thinking here? Like, if I wanted to screw Seth over, okay, well, they let me out. Now that they let me out, I'm just thinking, like, probably the thing that would screw me over the most would be to then tick up into 07, 07 half, 08, and me be like, oh no, there was another 4 ticks in that. So, you see, he heard me say that. And immediately. Oh, man. It's messing with my head. I highly doubt that the market gives a fuck where I took that profit at. But good grief. That is just a little bit too... You know what I mean? It's hard to watch that and not get suspicious, is it not? Help me out here, guys. I feel like I'm going crazy. Gabe says he canceled the buy order at the low of the day. Ugh. Man, I don't know what to say. I don't think that YouTube is doing anything. Okay, here we go. Oh, your YouTube comments weren't coming through here. I'm done. Won't trade for the next 2 weeks doing John Grady's webinar. Oh, okay, very great. Let me know how that goes and what you learned for sure. And in fact, something that I think has been interesting is like watch what John Grady does, and then you watch what I do, because what you're going to see happen is there's going to be some of the traps he's going to see, and I'm not. And remember those. I was debating between ending the month at break even or take another trade and risk being down. Guess the farmer's a smart move being the last day. Just noticed your DOM profile doesn't include pre-market volume. It's common to think we have an effect on things that we don't have an effect on. Right. I know. Well, this is the whole thing is like, okay, I'm on sim, so obviously my order shouldn't affect the market at all. And especially even if I wasn't on sim and I was taking one, because sometimes I do trade it. I have like 800 in there right now. I don't think that I'm going to really trade it very much or put on any risk at all until September. But, one lot when they're taking 1,000 at every price is pretty insignificant. So it would be pretty silly for anybody to want to try and take a trade based off of what I'm doing. Especially since, when you look over since December, I've been doing pretty well. And if you trade against me, it's probably not the greatest. And I've been doing an okay job at not getting myself in the really bad positions, although it did do it to me at least twice today. But I've been doing better. And so the market shouldn't care. But it sure seems like it does sometimes. And I think that that's just like, like I wasn't the only person that got stopped out down there at the bottom, was I? Because I think a bunch of guys in the Discord was like, yeah, I got stopped out there too. Okay, well, there's only 2 ticks. It's not huge still, but jeez, just ugh. And the thing that's funny about it is like there was somebody there was saying, we'll just take the opposite side of a trade and it's like an easy trade. And somebody had alerted me to it that this had happened. I was like, that doesn't sound like something that sounds like somebody just trying to prove that they're really smart and not actually getting like a good trade. Like if you backtested that, you backtest that for me and tell me if it's actually a good trade or not, right? And I went and looked at the instance that people were warning me about, and I did really well that day. So it was like, maybe they were not necessarily going against me in particular, because I think that they were trading in a different instrument group. But I was like, probably not a good strategy. Probably not a good strategy. You better make sure that the person you're trading against is really awful. And like the thing is like, clearly, if that's what was happening, that person wouldn't be around very long, right? So I don't know, guys. But I caught a really good winner there after they stopped it out, and then I reversed and went for it again. And hey, Works for me. I'm definitely noticing a couple of problems where I've been having issues with sizing today, though, because the sizing worked out a little bit better. And I think it was because of this first trade here, this -5 that I had at 06. Notice I never had MFE. So I bought it and then I let it tick against me and I bought it again. I don't think you should ever do that to get in. Ace says he made 10 points this morning. Wow. Oh, so were you short all the way from that top of that? Oh, look at that go. Look at him go. I think you could buy it again. I think this Brexit thing does not look like it's going to pass at the moment. Statement following the EU Commission following negative vote in the House of Commons. The Commission regrets the negative vote in the House of Commons today as per the European Council Article 50 decision on 22nd of March. The period voted for in Article 50, Section 3 is extended to the 12th of April. It will be for the UK to indicate a way forward before that date for consideration by the European Council. A no-deal scenario on the 12th of April is now a likely scenario. The EU has been preparing for this since December of 2017 and is now fully prepared for a no-deal scenario at midnight on the 12th of April. The European Union will remain united. The benefits of the withdrawal agreement, including a transition period, will in no circumstances be replicated in a no-deal scenario. Sectoral mini-deals are not an option. So here's what I have to say about that, European Union. Fuck you. You drag the whole world economy just so you can be vengeful? What a load of bullshit. Oh, because you didn't make the deal before the 15th, now we're going to screw you over. Should have done it. No. So silly to me. Well, I'm a little emotional. Obviously, I'm not going to take another trade. It's time for me to go. But good job, Ace. I'm continually impressed at how well you trade the E-mini, especially since I've trying it and with mixed success. I've had some good trades, but I've had a lot of bad trades on that one as well. No idea where this goes to. Not big enough though. I just need to go at my markets on my trade system limit. BS is yes. Can I get that? Here's this view original. Give me that. Copy. So it's still only 2 ticks, but they did take a slight steps higher, so it's actually 3. 3, maybe 4. It would be good trade. I think you could potentially hold it. Now where it's at and everything, and that it's gone through there, I think you could try and hold it and see if you get 10 half. Maybe. Okay. Yep. Be careful, guys, because this is where they're going to try and take the money back from you. All right. I will catch you guys on Monday. And in the meantime, stay profitable.